LCL Report is looking for advertisers. Do you have a product, service, candidate, or charity that would love to be spotlighted? Look at our numbers. Over 250,000 views this month. Over 700 subscribers this month. Multiple awards on YouTube. Over 500 subscribers to our Facebook group. There's pretty much nothing I won't do for a good story. If you want to know about rates, just email me. So support a business that supports liberty.
Hi, this is Terry Lupo. Welcome to LCL Report. Today I'm going to talk about the arrest of the Motorhome Diary guys. Now, unless you've been living under a rock or don't know who Motorhome Diary guys are, you've probably seen it all over the internet. Basically, it's a group of guys that bought a motorhome and they travel around the U.S. interviewing people who are liberty-oriented, and they also go out and promote the ideas of liberty. It's a really neat concept. They were pulled over in the state of Mississippi in a county called Jones County. It's funny because the county is actually also known as the Free State of Jones. Back in the day when the county was first founded, supposedly they had such disdain for the government that there was a lot of talk of secession, and they had several votes about this secession. And even when the Civil War happened, this county seceded from the Confederacy. For a short time, it was its own independent area. I don't know what happened to that spirit, because now they're attacking people that are going around preaching the same message. I'm going to take you to the interview, though, because I'm sure you probably heard this story about what happened. If not, please go find it at motorhomediaries.com, or freekeen.com also has some excellent excerpts. I'm going to talk about a story that I think is really the most fascinating part of this is who rescued these guys out of jail. And I have an interview with Allison Gibbs from Campaign for Liberty that was involved, and also with Jason of the Motorhome Diaries, Jason Talley. I'm going to take you that now. All right. I'm here with Jason and Allison from Motorhome Diaries. Thanks so much for the interview. You've already been all over the place talking about what happened with your arrest, but I want to back it up a little for my viewers that have never heard of the Motorhome Diaries. Can you give me a 30-second synopsis of what your guys' mission is?
Sure. It's pretty simple. Pete and I, we split the costs of a motorhome, and we decided that we wanted to travel the country. We were in Washington, D.C., still wanted to take the message of liberty from K Street, where we were working, to Main Street America, as we like to say, and just to interview interesting people who are doing good things for freedom. And we were planning on videotaping some shenanigans that the state is trying to do, and we inadvertently found one in Jones County, Mississippi.
Let me ask you, Allison, you were going down as a guest. Can you tell me what happened when you found out about this and how you found out about it?
Yeah, actually I was driving to BWI, which is in Baltimore, in order to fly out to Atlanta and then do a connecting flight to Nashville. And as I was going to Baltimore, I received a tweet from Jason saying that Adam had been arrested. So, and immediately right after that, Jill Wright, who's a C4L supporter, as well as a Motorhome Diaries donator and supporter, she contacted me on Twitter as well and stated that she lives in Jones County, Mississippi, and that she would keep me up to, in detail, keep me up on what was going on. So I go to the airport and fly down to Atlanta. And from there, me and her make the decision that maybe it's best if I fly to Mississippi, to Jackson, and she would get me and bring me down, and maybe we could hash out what's really going on, because she was getting multiple different stories.
After you got arrested and the word went out, Allison, describe those 2 hours of how you raised funds to get these guys out.
Well, before I flew down to Atlanta, I was pretty much talking to my close-knit friends within the movement, a lot of C4L people and other people outside of C4L, more in the Free State Project and things like that. And when I landed in Atlanta, I spoke with Jill and immediately started tweeting my updates as I received them. And freekeen.com picked it up, and they were also, questionable after Jason Talley had left, or Jason rather, had left the tweets. So we kind of all found one another. We received calls from the guys from Free Keene, the Mississippi Center for Public Policy, a lot of different groups that just actually contacted me. I left my phone number. Free Keene put it on their website. And a lot of other people posted my number and said, Allison has boots on the ground in Mississippi, and contact her if you need to. And I just started connecting with people from Twitter, and people just started adding me on Twitter and following it. And we realized that we needed to start raising funds. And when I called the bail bondsman, you have to call bail bondsman, and then it's a bureaucratic process to figure out how much the bail is. And the woman that I had spoke to said it was cash only. So it was pretty good that me and Jill had decided to converge on Jones County, because if not, nobody would have been able to get down there and actually do the cash. So we decided from doing the PayPal, we decided to do the Western Union and or MoneyGram. That way I could go to different locations and get cash from supporters that wanted to donate the money to get them out. So literally 2 hours later, I stated that I'm going to be going to Western Union within 30 minutes. I needed as many people to let me know that they were sending money, and MTCN numbers and all that kind of stuff. And within 2 hours, we raised $2,580 just in Western Union and MoneyGram orders. So that was and we could only max out at 1,000 that night. So we were pretty much thinking that we were only going to get one person out, because, for instance, Pete's, let me see, the bail for them was what we were told was $1,000 for Pete, $2,500 for Jason, and $2,500 for Adam. So we figured we'd get Pete out, and maybe Pete could help us, because the day before there had been a good number of donations made to Motorhome Diaries PayPal account, and I couldn't get into it because I didn't have the password and the login information. I figured one of the guys would if we freed one of them. So that was pretty much the plan going into it. Little did we know that a lot of chargers got dropped, and we pretty much got all three out for under $1,000.
Jason, are you surprised at the online response?
I was very surprised. I mean, I know I have a lot of good, dedicated libertarian activist friends, and then some of the guards were like, "Oh, hey, it's our celebrities," and talking about all the phone calls that were just ringing off the hooks in support of us. And that's great. I want to encourage, like, if you know somebody that's in jail improperly, which a lot of victimless criminals are, then get those phones ringing, because they can just jerk prisoners around. And
do you think the guards treated you differently as soon as they found out who they arrested?
It was pretty clear that we knew what our rights were, and that we weren't going to be able to be messed around with like a lot of the prisoners there. And then, of course, like I said, with the phone calls and all the support, they knew that a lot of eyes were going to be on them, and they had to act correctly.
So realistically, after all that happened, you guys had no idea that any of this was going on the outside. That was the last communication you had. You sent out that tweet and hoped somebody heard it. Am I understanding that right?
That's I sent out those tweets just to keep people updated. And man, I love living in 2009, because everybody, that helped give people enough information, and my people decided to mobilize all this support, and I can't thank them enough.
How do you feel about complete strangers you've never even met sending money? I mean,
I hope one day I can repay their kindness, and pay it forward to other people that find themselves wrongfully arrested like we were.
I think the real story here is all the activism behind the scenes. I mean, Jason's right. Living in 2009 is incredible, because with all the social networking sites, within 2 hours they were able to free these guys and gather enough cash from complete strangers from around the world. That is unbelievable. One last thing I forgot to mention is I did get a hold of Jill on Facebook, and she wanted people to know that it really is a nice county, Jones County, and the people are very friendly. She's embarrassed about how the police acted, but she doesn't want it to be a black eye on the county, so I told her I'd put that in. This is Terran Lupo, the LCL Report. Good hunting.